All right, race fans, it is now time for opening ceremonies here tonight at the Terre Haute Action Track. So, ladies and gentlemen, could you please rise? Gentlemen and ladies, please remove any headgear you may be wearing. And please join me, if you know it, in tonight's racer's prayer. Lord, I pray as I race today, keep me safe along the way. Not only me, but others too, as they perform the jobs they do. I know, God, that in a race, I, the driver, must set the pace. But in this race of life, I pray, help me, Lord, along the way. Although I know I am a sinner, help me to believe that with God, we are always winners. Amen. And now, race fans, please continue standing for the playing of our national anthem. You can see we already have cars out here on the speedway for heat race action here tonight with the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Car Series and the Honest Abe Roofing Maverick Wing Sprint Series. Heat number one for the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Cars and the Honest Abe Roofing Maverick Wing Sprint Series is brought to you by Shuffle Bottom Tree Service. Shuffle Bottom Tree Service is a veteran-owned, full-service insured tree service company specializing in removal, trimming, brush clipping, lot clearing, stump grinding, and are one of the only climbers left in the industry. One call to Shuffle Bottom Tree Service and your tree problems are solved. Heat number one is also brought to you by All-Star Performance. All-Star Performance doesn't just make items for race teams. While you'll find All-Star products on almost every car in every division, they also offer many items for your home garage and other performance applications. Check out allstarperformance.com as you may be surprised at everything you'll find. Starting on the pole of Shuffle Bottom Tree Service presents All-Star Performance Heat Race number one, the reigning IRA champion out of Lubbock, Texas. In the High Plains Building Division, Carbon Safety Technologies number one, that's Brenham Crouch, and is to his outside the current Maverick Mayhem point leader out of Franklin, Indiana. The 27 is Emerson Axum.
The talented Ayrton Jennerton from Versailles, Missouri is in the 3-car. He'll fire off on the inside of row number 2, joined by the very quick Justin Peck from Monrovia, Indiana in the 17 GP.
Inside of row number 3 has Jeff Dodge out of Colorado Springs, Colorado in the number 77. And to his outside out of Angola, Indiana, the 16C is Tyler Rankin.
Row 4 on the inside, one of the great veterans of the IRA from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, the 2W. That's Scotty Neitzel. And alongside one of the young guns from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin in the 85J, that's Logan Julian.
Inside of the 5th and final row out of Springfield, Illinois, the Rockstar Energy Drink number 65, that is Jordan Goldsberry. And to his outside out of Salem, Wisconsin, the 4K is Chris Spitz. 8 laps around, top 5 to the A main. Heat winner of the next 3 fastest transfer cars from these first 2 heat races will go to the dashed redraw here tonight. As we get set for Shuffle Bob and Tree Service presents All-Star Performance Heat Race number 1. So, Pat, another interesting heat race lineup here in heat race number 1. Of course, Brenham Crouch and Emerson Axum with Ayrton Jeniton and Justin Peck behind them. But all 4 of them been fairly strong over the entire Maverick Mayhem week.
Absolutely, but it's interesting. We had that assignment of Justin Peck to the 17 GP Michael Dutcher car. He certainly delivered down at Tri-State Speedway. We did not know for sure whether that would continue here at the action track, but I think everyone agreed afterwards in that camp, yeah, we need to roll this back.
Absolutely.
We talked about Jordan Goldsberry. He's been a scrapper.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just kind of found ways to make shows. Unfortunately, he fell just a little bit short last night, I believe, at the Tri-State Speedway. So the first missed A main for Jordan Goldsberry this week. But again, his big thing coming into this week was just try to stay consistent and try and beat those other IRA full-timers as he tries to focus in and get another IRA Sprint Car Series championship this year as he tries to chase down Scotty Thiel and Jake Blackhurst at the top of the points.
Right. And there's still plenty of season left to go, no doubt about it. You have ups and downs.
Absolutely, and there on FloRacing at home, you can see the 17 GP of Justin Peck. Your overall quick timer here tonight at the Terre Haute action track.
You know, we saw him a lot in midgets and other things in Indiana, non-wing cars, but he found a home in the wing cars. It's raced with Tom Book, one of the great owners in the East, and really forged a nice career for himself.
So drivers just being instructed by race control to work in some of the moisture that was put down before opening ceremonies here tonight.
You know, interestingly enough, here's Emerson Axum. His, qualifying effort was good. He wasn't at the top of the queue, but right now his quest is to try to get in to the lead and perhaps take this first heat race. You mentioned it in terms of the overall Mayhem Master points. He's got a fairly comfortable lead, but he can't have a misstep. But he's more interested in the bigger picture, frankly. He's just trying to get better.
Absolutely. And, of course, the Maverick Mayhem week points thing is a nice deal. But, of course, he just wants to win these races as well. Yes. So, and came very close last night and, of course, the night before with a bunch of podium finishes this week and a win at the Lincoln Park Speedway.
We've talked about championships, Jordan Goldsberry, Brendan Crouch, drivers who have got that done, and others. Very few drivers like racing for a championship. They want to just think about winning. But at some point, if it's close, it starts to get in your psyche a little bit.
Absolutely. And another form of a championship is a Rookie of the Year points battle. Tyler Rankin right now leading that battle ahead of another car in this heat race, the 85J of Logan Julian. Both of them with some impressive runs here in 2024. Tyler Rankin with the more impressive of the two, a second-place finish at the Wilmot Raceway to the two-time IRA champion, Scotty Neitzel.
Yeah, and he's been able to get into one of these Maverick Mayhem shows. Big thanks to Kevin Newton, Honest Abe Roofing, for making this happen, the vision to create this series, and the great partnership that did not happen overnight with the Bumper to Bumper Interstate Racing Association.
So this heat number 1 car is just getting a little bit of a buzz-off session here as they work in the moisture. Track looks pretty good right now. So we'll get these cars just about finished up as the yellow flag flies there. We'll get these cars lined up and staged and ready for Shuffle Father Tree Service presents All-Star Performance Heat Race number 1.
It's kind of interesting when you look at this racetrack, the old covered grandstand, but for years, the sprint cars, for example, the midgets would pit on the inside, backed up against that chain link fence, and you'd see people pressed against that chain link fence and taking a look at some of their heroes. There's some obvious reasons why. That was an old practice and not a modern one, although we certainly liked the ability to see the grandstands and work being done on the cars.
And, of course, race fans, if you're still here after the races are complete tonight, feel free to go back into the pit area, take a look at some of the cars and stars of the Bumper to Bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Car Series and the Wing Maverick Sprint Series, as well as the 305 Sprint Cars here tonight. Get an up-close look at some of these machines.
Pick up a t-shirt, perhaps.
Absolutely. There are a few merch trailers back there behind the grandstands as well. Please support the drivers that have supported Maverick Mayhem Week. I believe Jacob Allen's t-shirt trailers back there. You saw Dylan Norris, Scotty Thiel.
Right.
Chris Wyndham back there as well. So a bunch of Tyler Courtney, obviously. So a bunch of merch trailers back there for you fans to go and patronize.
Brian Hottie is staring down the long straightaways here at the Terre Action Track. Almost every driver tells you, what's the main item? Turn 1. Not surprising.
Yes. So high sign on the flank stand this time by. Again, a reminder of the lineup. Brennan Crouch and Emerson Axum, row number 1. Ayrton Jennington and Justin Peck in row number 2. Jeff Dodge and Tyler Rankin in row number 3. Scotty Neitzel and Logan Julian in row number 4 with Jordan Goldsberry and Chris Spitz in row number 5. Top 5 to the A main here tonight out of heat race number 1. Heat winners in the next 6 fastest transfer cars from each of our 4 heat races here tonight will head to the dash redraw, which will happen right down here on the front straightaway. Drake Yorker will have that for us. So Brennan Crouch and Emerson Axum.
Takes a little longer for them to go around than we've seen this week.
Green flag off of turn number 4 in heat race number 1. Eric Jennington already looked to the inside through turns 1 and 2. Crouch and Axum went side by side, and here comes Justin Peck up and around the outside. Peck down the back straightaway, tries to give chase to Brennan Crouch, but Emerson Axum, and the yellow flag's going to fly here. Was looking at the back straightaway, didn't see the yellow flag. Yellow flag out, no start on that one.
Heads up, guys. Oh, man. I'll tell you, it looks like Logan Julian might have flipped that wall a little bit, and that could be enough.
So I believe we had a jump start on that one, so we'll re-rack it one more time.
Got pretty physical down there in turn number 1, it looked like. Then after that, we need some drivers to pay attention to the communications.
Yes, I believe Brennan Crouch and Emerson Axum were actually side by side. I believe the jump came from behind them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think they're worried about Julian's tire. That's what he smacked the inside guardrail with in that yellow situation.
Yeah, I heard something from down trackside, but can't see if might be the right rear tire. I believe Drake York's down there with a little bit more.
It looked like it only scuffed up the left rear, so everything from my vantage point looks straight on the 85, Lauren.
Thank you very much, Drake, and that's kind of what I saw from up here in the tower as well. So Brennan Crouch and Emerson Axum trying this one more time off of turn number 4. Finally green in heat race number 1. Good start from Crouch that time. Jumps out to the early lead through turns 1 and 2. Jennington almost pushing Axum into turns 1 and 2. And now Justin Peck up and around the outside of Axum. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Tyler Rankin, I believe, in the number 16 seat, looking to capitalize on Ayrton Jennington.
Keep an eye on Justin Peck. He went a little higher in turns 1 and 2 as he tries to track down Brennan Crouch, who streaks into turn number 2.
Right now, Tyler Rankin holds that 5th and final transfer spot with Scotty Neitzel, Jeff Dodge, and now Jordan Goldsberry to the inside of Dodge down the back straightaway. The Rockstar Energy Drink number 65 starting to move up through the field. Meanwhile, back out front, Brennan Crouch with about a 15-car length advantage over Justin Peck, Emerson Axum, Ayrton Jennington, and Tyler Rankin, the top 5, which will transfer into tonight's A main.
That's right, top 5. That's what we're looking at. Top 5 is the mark.
Now Jordan Goldsberry was closing in on Scotty Neitzel, but Neitzel with a good run down the back straightaway, trying to close in on Rankin for the 5th and final transfer spot. Axum starting to lose some ground to Justin Peck now with about half a straightaway between the two of those cars. Ayrton Jennington still trying to give chase to the WCI number 27. This time by halfway in, 4 to go for the 1 of Brennan Crouch.
Now, so Rankin trying to make something happen here. He's in the 5th position. He's good now. We just got to protect his flank.
Jordan Goldsberry, Jeff Dodge, and Logan Julian. That's a good battle for back in the 7th, 8th, and 9th positions. As Brennan Crouch down the front straightaway. Still with a good lead, but Justin Peck starting to close in ever so slightly on the 1 of Brennan Crouch. He really hasn't let him get too far away. You got to wonder if Justin Peck, he knows he's in the dash right now if he stays in 2nd.
Those two have really separated themselves from the pack. I mean, we're talking almost a straightaway, and maybe indeed just that.
Absolutely. So Brennan Crouch and Justin Peck looking to punch their way into the dash redraw here tonight. Off of turn number 4, Brennan Crouch going to see the white flag. 1 more lap to go for the High Plains Building Division number 1.
Good run for Brennan, the defending IRA champion and rookie of the year.
Right on this final circuit here, Jennison closing in slightly on Emerson Axum, but through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, Brenham Crouch going to grab the heat race #1 win in the #1 car. Justin Peck will finish in the second spot. Emerson Axum will come to the line barely over the 3 of Eric Jennison, and Tyler Rankin in the 16C will take the 5th and final transfer spot.
So Tyler Rankin, you've detailed it, a rookie of the year candidate. He's done what he needed to do in terms of that overall.
Absolutely. Great job by Tyler Rankin and the number 16C team to put it into the show here tonight. So your top 5 advancing into tonight's A-Main out of Shuffle Bottom Tree Service presents All-Star Performance Heat Race #1, the 16C of Tyler Rankin, the 3 of Aaron Jennison, the 27 of Emerson Axum, the 17 GP of Justin Peck, and race fans, give it up for the #1 of Brenham Crouch, your Heat Race #1 winner. Heat race #2 is brought to you by Christine Hartman with Pleasant View Realty. Christine Hartman with Pleasant View Realty is best known as every race fan's realtor and has over 25 years of experience selling real estate across Wisconsin. Her passion for racing is equal to her competitive drive and ambition as a realtor. If you see her at the track, she'd love to talk about all things racing and realty. For all your real estate needs, race to Christine Hartman. Heat #2 is also brought to you by Weld Racing. In 2024, Weld Racing is standing strong behind all IRA racing series, backing up its promise to support our dirt oval racing family. Weld Racing knows firsthand the heart and soul drivers put into their passion, and that's why they're stepping up big time this year, offering credits of up to $100 to drivers who give it all out on the racetrack. Heat #2 for the IRA Sprint Cars and Maverick Wing Sprint Series here tonight will line up like this. Starting on the pole out of 6 Mile, South Carolina, the 28P is Brian Paulus, and to his outside out of Mounds, Oklahoma, the 20G is Noah Gass.
Plymouth, Wisconsin is the home of the driver of the 87A. That's Austin Hartman. And alongside, he's shown some speed in the 34 from Tempe, Arizona. It's Sterling Kling.
Inside of row #3 has Max Guilford out of Auckland, New Zealand, in the number 79. And to his outside out of Liston, Indiana, the number 23L is Jimmy Light.
Trey McGranahan from Avon, Indiana is in the 77S. And we have the inside of row #4 with Will Gellerts from Waupun, Wisconsin in the 21.
And his teammate Tyler Brabant, also out of Waupun, Wisconsin, in the number 99, will round out the field here in Heat Race #2, presented by Christine Hartman with Pleasant View Realty and Weld Racing. Heat #2 pushing off here, Pat, and remember what happened to Austin Hartman one night ago at the Tri-State Speedway.
It's a highlight reel situation, particularly now that Austin's out of that. But this heat race to me looks really wide open. I don't see any clear-cut favorite here. Obviously, you're in the best position if you're on the pole. Brian Paulus, a lot of experience over the course of his career, which really goes back many, many years on the pole, now calling 6 Mile, South Carolina home.
Noah Gass, a driver with 2 career IRA feature finishes, although at a racetrack just about as different from this as you could possibly imagine. A good quarter-mile racetrack up in Plymouth, Wisconsin for the 20G of Noah Gass. Picked up a couple feature wins there back in the 2020 season, I believe, or 2021 season.
Well, Jimmy Light looked good last night. We've seen Jimmy in so many different kinds of cars, often sponsored by Horsepower Incorporated.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jimmy, last night with obviously a vastly different format with 51 cars in the pits, he put it in the show when only 3 transferred out of the heat race. So an impressive run from the 23L of Jimmy Light.
Big thanks to the push truck drivers who are so important to making a program go, particularly in a place like this, particularly when they're experienced. Got some youngsters playing in the infield. Got to just brings back memories with my children. Great place to hang out. Watch the racing.
Reminds me of a much bigger Angel Park with
Yes,
all the fans, with all the fans in the infield here. Very cool atmosphere here at the Terre Haute Action Track. Brian Paulus and Noah Gass will lead the field to green off of turn number 4 in heat race number 2. Good start from Gass up on the outside. Paulus dives to the inside through turns 1 and 2. Nothing doing for the 28P. Noah Gass pulls away down the back straightaway. Here comes Sterling Kling down into turn number 3. Kling to the inside of Paulus. They nearly make contact off of turn number 4. Noah Gass will lead lap number 1, but still a good battle for that second spot.
Yeah, Sterling Kling going to try to reload and take that spot as they dive down low. Hartman running in the 4th position. Granahan trying to make something happen.
Yeah, what a bounce back this would be for Austin Hartman if he could put it in the A main out of the heat race here tonight after last night's wreck at the Tri-State Speedway. Meanwhile, that 5th and final transfer spot currently being held by the 79 of Max Guilford.
Max Guilford probably thinks he threw away a transfer last night. He's trying to get back on the horse and ride into the feature bit.
Off of turn number 4, Noah Gass continues to lead at the front of the field. Brian Paulus in the 2nd spot. Then comes Sterling Kling, Austin Hartman, and Max Guilford. Guilford starting to close in ever so slightly on the Christine Hartman Pleasantview Realty number 87A off of turn number 2. But now, Trey McGranahan entering the picture in the 77S.
Yeah, he showed a little bit of speed. Let's see how he comes